Well, there you can see it all there, writ large. I think the only thing, the one V I didn't see there was the victory. Because it was a draw.
So close, though.
It was so close.
Had Big Duke's been able to tool it through, I mean, it was so close, wasn't it?
You're worried about Viduka, aren't you?
I am. Too much pressure on him.
Too much pressure. And really what he's got is a lone hand up front, as we saw in the tactical demonstration of a couple of minutes ago.
Yes.
You worry that, in fact, he'll be caught one out a lot and they'll be able to easily diffuse the Viduka vim, vigour and victory and violence.
Yes, it does worry me, yeah. But if he's acting, you know, as a decoy with an armband, I'm all for that. You know, Hoos is no idiot.
No.
He's not an idiot. He knows what he's doing, and he's put the big man up front, you know, as a sort of head puller.
I know, focus puller. Now, you were lucky enough to speak to Hughes after the game. How did you find him, firstly, and what questions did you ask him?
Look, he's a most engaging bloke. I like him. He's got a tremendous sense of humour. And what I love in particular is his grasp of English. I began by asking him, very simply actually, how did he see the match?
They start also playing, two of them start playing a little bit hard on Chippy and on Grella, but that's okay. And I think that was a little bit of pity that they had 2 injuries, but I think not too strong, and they did it themselves. There were some critics that we played too hard. Just one situation on Wilkie was overdone. For the rest, was a very good, tough game.
Well, I think that summed it up.
The situation on Wilkie was overdone. I think he felt that Wilkie didn't deserve the red card.
Right.
And I agree with him.
Do you think in future episodes of Dribble we need to put up subtitles for people to understand what he's saying?
No, I think people will get to attune to the Who's style.
Tune in. Roy, you know, you've played, obviously, and with a lot of top coaches.
Yeah.
You've hung around Hiddink enough to get a sense of the bloke.
I do. Look, he reminds me...
Could I just ask you, put you on the spot right away? I mean, you're a big rap for Grassy Granel. I mean, I know it's a different code. In the Lithgow Rugby League Shamrocks era.
Yes.
How would you relate Granel to the Hiddink style?
Oh, Grassy was far more direct. You've got to remember Grassy was a player as well, whereas Hoos isn't. He reminds me very much of a young Frank Rock, Hoos Hiddink. You know what I mean? He's got some pretty lively and interesting... He thinks football.
Yeah, he thinks football.
Nothing else enters his mind. Nothing but football. He says everything in terms of football. If you see him getting on the bus, you know, you know, sometimes he'll dribble up the stairs. There's no ball there, but he's just imagining, you know, if a player was to come up the stairs with a ball, well, how would it go? Yeah. You know, so he's thinking all the time, and how can I use this? How can I use the bus for coaching? So he's got the players, you know, running around up and down, trying to get, you know, playing 2-on-1 in the corridor on the Sid Fogg bus. All that sort of thing. I mean, he is soccer. He's known internationally as Mr. Soccer.
Is that right?
Yeah, he is. Mr. Soccer.
It's a big rap.
It is, isn't it?
Especially when they play football.
Yeah.
Roy, look, obviously every time we put the Dribble on air, we'll be having an opportunity for people at home to plug in, and we plug in through Group F Freaks.
Oh, yeah.
And here we have young Alex of Greenacre. And Roy, you like the kid because he went to sleep with the ball so he can get up and start dribbling.
Isn't that fantastic? And this is he's such a terrific role model for all kids. I mean, go to bed with your ball.
Onto the Persian rug there, and then he does a flip back called a double dink down. Now he's into the kitchen here, and look at the
confidence of the kid.
The confidence, he can take it anywhere he wants to, out the front door, and on his way to school. That's a terrific result from the number 3 shirt, and a nice wave to the camera there, very conscious of where the camera is, from Alex of Greenacre. Tremendous work, because you believe, as we've said already on Dribble, that dribble is the most important aspect.
Dribbling is the most important skill, actually, and if you're going to be a good dribbler, start young. Start young. I like to see kids dribbling before they can walk. I do.
Right.
In fact, I see that most of the time, now I think about it. So they've got a good start. I mean, kids are born with an innate skill and an innate ability to dribble. There's no problem to extend that from the mouth to the shoe.
No. True. Now, if you want to get in touch with Group F Freaks, you do it this way. Email-wise, you go to royunthg@bigpond.com, as you see on screen now. That's royunthg@bigpond.com. The web address, though, is socceroos.bigpond.com, as on screen now. Now, Roy, we're looking for people who are enjoying the World Cup at their place. Send us in photos, vision of what you're doing there. I mean, I'd love to see a few shots. This is my dream. A few shots of a kid at the top of the driveway with Dad's boot open on the Holden, and in it goes 5 times. That's what I'd love to see coming in. Skills like that. Or maybe dribbling around your sister and then whacking it in from out wide into the boot of the car down the driveway. I mean, simple things like that.
I would love to see that too. Or if there's a relative that looks like Goose.
Indeed.
You know, you might have an Uncle Vic who's a dead spit for Goose.
We'd love to see that. Or how you're celebrating the Japan win. You know, it's the couch and the house decorated. Send us in your snap.
The Japan win?
Sorry.
I don't think so.
No, sorry, Roy. That was
what parrot did you have a look at this morning?
That was a hitting mistake. A hitting mistake. Sorry, the Australia win against Japan is what I meant to say.
Thank you.
Any right-thinking Australian would know what I meant, Roy. I wouldn't have to explain myself.
No, sorry.
Now, email-wise, you've got an email there, Roy.
I do, HG. I do. I'm thankful to Kurt Meyer,
yes,
who sent this in. Kurt says, Dear Roy und HG, my name
German speaker, Roy?
I believe so. My name is Kurt Meyer. I am for backpacking in New Australia. He's got that hitting touch.
Yes. Is he related to Herman Meyer, the Terminator?
He may well be.
World champ skier.
I have never yet seen you Socceroos coach good hittings. If I am seeing him, how should I say to him? Well, I think, Kurt, just say, Hi, Goose, love you, love your work, love you Socceroos. And that would work.
I think what he's...
Or Goose, what are you thinking with Japan?
Yeah. I think what he's asking about, do you refer to him as Super Coach? Do you refer to him
Maestro?
As, or, as you pointed out before, Mr. Soccer, I think you built him as. Or it should be Mr. Football in current speaking. Or, you know, the correct pronunciation of, is it Goose, Hughes, or Heels? And if it was possible to spit a hunk of phlegm at the camera, I would have then, but I didn't, obviously, because I didn't have anything loaded at the back of the throat, but you can see what I mean. Yes. Which is
that it? Is that how it is? That's how it works?
I'm asking the question.
Well, you could just try Gus or Super Coach.
Super Coach.
Yeah.
Now, look, once we get through, and for God's sake, keep those things coming in, because as you can see, we're getting quality information and quality pictures.
Quality insight.
Quality insight from the people of Australia as they enjoy the World Cup through Dribble here. Now, the news segment of the show will always be called Splatter. No, I've got this wrong.
Bladder, splatter.
Thanks very much. Bladder, splatter. After Sepp, Blatter. And Roy, well, look, I'm shocked by this, really. A 3-1 result against Liechtenstein overnight. You were there. You saw the match. You came back tight-lipped, ashen-faced. You were shocked.
Yeah, look, it wasn't the Socceroos at their very best, you'd have to say. Actually, an own goal didn't help. And it hasn't helped Zeljko Kalic's cause in relieving Mark Schwarzer of World Cup duties. So I think you'd have to say Schwarzer's in, Zeljko will be, you know, lugging the luggage about.
Right.
And the Australians are going to have to look very hard at themselves, tighten up their defence, and get a little more crispness in attack.
Right.
There was no crispness that we saw against Greece. It disappeared against the Dutch and disappeared entirely against Liechtenstein.
When we assess a match, Roy, there's always the 4 Vs. Violence, vim, vigour, victory. We only had one today.
Yes, victory, yes. The vim and the vigour wasn't there at all.
How about the
and not much violence either. No. Very disappointing all round.
So we look forward now to Kaiserslautern on, obviously, Monday night.
Yeah.
I know I'll be sitting up with millions and millions of people watching the replay here in Germany.
Drinking beer.
And I've bought a terrific pair of lederhosen.
Have you?
I have, which I'll be wearing for the match.
Are they backless?
They're backless chapped lederhosen. They look really good on and even better off. I was out with an attractive woman last night who stood on my lederhosen and she looked really fabulous.
Did she?
Yes. Now, Roy, can I ask how you'll be preparing for the match? I mean, do you have a routine?
Yes. Yes. Look, I like to spend a bit of time with the team. I'll be spending a fair bit of time with Hus, just getting to know him a little bit better. Because I mean, he's an enigma wrapped in a column of smoke, isn't he? At the end of the World Cup, I want to say, Hus, I know him very well. And I think and through this prism, allow Australia to get to know Hus very well. Because he's an Aussie Hus.
Ah, yes.
Aussie Hus. That's how I'm seeing it.
Or it could be Aussie Hus. Get me drift? Anyway, look, join us after the big one against Japan for the first report on Dribble of an Australian victory. That's Tuesday, June the 13th, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Farewell from Germany. Dribble on. We leave the final word to the big man himself, Mr. Soccer. Who's hitting? Take it away, Hoos.
Thanks for watching.
Australia's best small car just got better. Get a free upgrade to the Getz 5-door manual plus $500 fuel at no extra cost. With more space and more value, Hyundai Getz. It runs rings around the competition.